And welcome back. I have Michael Pothier with Arrow Exterminators in studio this morning, and we've had you guys in before to talk about pests and things and how to keep them away from the house, but today we're focusing on love in the spirit of Valentine's Day and bugs that are actually good for you. So, hey, thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. So, I mean, you know, what made you want to come in and kind of, I guess, shed light on this topic?
Well, we're always just thinking about the bad things.
Yeah.
You know, pests can be seriously, it can affect our economy. They can affect a lot of things, with destroying crops or contaminating them, and and thus they're a pest.
Yeah, exactly.
But there are some good ones out there.
There are some good ones, and one of the first ones on the list, ladybugs.
Well, ladybugs really help you with your garden. People don't realize it. They always think that they're an irritant because they get in the house.
Sure.
But the reality is they're really helping our environment, and they're cute.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly. They're not something you see and you scream. So, but they're helpful out in the garden. You said mostly.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep.
what fireflies? Another one that made the list for the good bugs.
Well, that's one of those romantic things. Sitting out in the backyard, seeing the little fireflies flying around. You know, having a cocktail with the wife, and you know, it's nice.
Yeah, and they don't really pose any. You know,
there's no issues there as far as posing any problems.
Yeah, no infestations or anything like that. You don't see that with them. One I was sort of surprised to see on the list of good bugs, dragonflies, because they kind of get a bad rap, I feel like.
They do, but environmentally they're a huge help. They eat mosquitoes, so
well, that's definitely good. Yeah.
So when you usually see dragonflies, you're usually in areas that are very wet, and you got swamp or you got streams or ponds, and that's where you usually see them, and that's where the mosquitoes are. So they're keeping the populations down.
Yeah, no, that's definitely important, especially for those of you that live by water. You know how bad the mosquito population can get in the warmer months. You know, crickets. There's something. They're a little noisy at times, but also something that can be more good than bad.
Well, crickets are probably the most romantic of all the bugs.
That's right.
The males are the ones that
the musical.
They're the music. They're looking for their mate, and once they've mated, then they sing a song. So it's just a romantic thing. They're not an issue as far as hurting anything. Right.
The crooning bug. Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah, definitely.
You know, another one, and the last one on our list this morning is, it's kind of something that you probably maybe even get to benefit in your home right now with honey. Honeybees. Of course, a lot of people worry about getting stung, but I mean, it's incredible actually the work that these little insects do.
This is a good example of what they can do.
Yeah.
Bees they're the pollinators. They're the ones that are taking care of things. So. And honey is a great byproduct, to say the least.
No doubt.
There's a lot of people that are afraid of bees, but generally, if you leave them alone, they will leave you alone.
Yeah.
So,
before we let you go here, those are the good bugs, not to get too worried about if you see, a normal population around your home. But real quick, before we let you go, what are some of the bugs you do want to keep an eye on here when spring starts to roll around?
Well, obviously, ants are going to be a big issue.
Yeah.
And being proactive and getting the problem controlled before they get into the house is a huge deal. And obviously, rodents are always a big deal.
Yeah.
They're not a good thing to have in your house. They can contaminate your food and that kind of thing. So those are the two biggest. Those are the things people really worry about those. And obviously roaches, but that's year round.
Right. So where can folks get a hold of you if they do indeed, come spring, need to get rid of some ants or pests around the house?
We have you can get us right online. It's probably the easiest way. www.arrow.com.
Arrow.com?
Yeah.
Perfect. And we'll get a link to that up on our website as well. Well, hey, thanks so much for shedding some light on, the positive side of bugs out there.
It's a great thing. It's beautiful.
Hey, I appreciate you coming in on this cold morning. Stick around. We're going to take a look at your top headlines, plus that forecast coming up right after the break.
Dunkin' Donuts' unbelievable selection of breakfast sandwiches.